guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today's video is going to be one that uh, some of you might not appreciate my guts for saying these things, but I just have to. I've been obviously binge watching a ton of content throughout quarantine, and specifically recently, I've been noticing a couple of things in the skincare and the beauty community. Beauty community in general, skincare and makeup, and I just can't. I just can't. It just bothers me, and some of these things are not new, and some of these things are actually new. Specifically now, I feel like more and more people in when it comes to makeup and beauty creators are also focusing on skincare, and there are a couple of things that just irk me to another degree, let's just say that. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of be talking about those things, and if you notice that, if you notice these things, I want you to be a little bit extra careful, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty much what this video is going to be about. If you are new to my channel, please make sure that you subscribe, click on the bell next to the subscribe button, because it would mean the absolute world to me if you would want to support my channel and become a part of this a small little family that we have right here. I would love to use the word family specifically, but yeah, let's just dive right into it and talk about some of these things. The first one is pretty much the most common one. I feel like every one of you, if you watch makeup and beauty videos, you would know about these, and those are brand campaigns. Now, brand campaigns, what I mean by that is a lot of times, if a brand is promoting a new launch, or they are having a specific campaign going on right at a particular time for like products, what they do is that every single blogger who's a part of the campaign has to post about it on the same day at the same time. So when this campaign launches, it's like your feed, if you follow a ton of beauty influencers, your feed will be just filled with posts about that. And I feel like because brands are doing campaigns in this particular way is also why a lot of times bloggers get hate, I want to say, or maybe negativity. Hate is a very strong word. Negativity about those campaigns. So I would rather prefer brands to not to maybe assign slots for different bloggers. So like blogger A posts today and then blogger B posts tomorrow or 2 days later. And it's also something I know brands feel like the minute we're launching a campaign, if every single blogger is talking about it, we're getting more reach and the brand recall will be much higher. But I feel like instead of doing that, like, you will turn off your consumers, and even bloggers will turn off their followers. Like, it doesn't sit right with anyone when every single person out there is talking about the exact same product at the exact same time. It just doesn't work, and it's just really, really annoying, let's just say that. So I really wish that things would change up a little bit. I do see a little bit of change at the moment, is what I definitely want to say, but I hope that this is an active change that continues to happen. And yeah, it just really, really, really annoys me, and I can really appreciate the fact that I can see things changing just a little bit. So yeah, that was the first thing. The second thing, by the way, I keep looking down here because my planner is right here where I've written down everything to make sure that I don't miss anything. But the second one is okay, this one is actually from the blogger side, and I will not blame any brands for this because it's the bloggers doing. Okay, so I have noticed this a couple of times that there are bloggers who do sponsored videos with certain brands. I'm not going to name the brands or the bloggers. I just don't want to get into it because I feel like I'm sure there's not just one person or one brand that has done this. I'm sure multiple people have done this mistake, and I just wish that bloggers would be a little bit more careful. So if you do a sponsored post or a sponsored video with a particular brand, say in March, and then in June or July, you later on come and you start hating on the brand or hating on, maybe if it's a particular product, I understand, because I know not every product from a particular brand is going to work for you. But first, you do a sponsored video with a particular brand, and then after a couple months, you start hating on the brand or hating on their principles. And I'm just like, when you did a video with the brand and you were paid for it, you had no problem with their ethics or their morals or their principles. And now, just because everyone else is hating on them, even you are hating on them. And that does not sit right with me. You shouldn't have been doing a sponsorship with them in the first place if you do not support their morals and ethics. And yeah, it just doesn't, I mean, I understand if the brand in that particular span, like say if it was March and June, so like maybe in April or May, if the brand did something really really bad later on, after you did the sponsorship and then you kind of call them out, that makes sense. But if they were always this way, you should not have done the sponsorship in the first place. Like when you're taking up a sponsorship with a particular brand, you should do thorough research on them, look at their morals, ethics, principles, values, their marketing, everything, and then decide if you want to do it or not. So yeah, I just wish influencers or content creators were not two-faced like that. um, yeah, I just really wish that weren't the case. Anyways, moving right along. Now, this one is kind of related to the previous one that I just said, but it's also, there's another angle to it as well. But I'm basically talking about bashing brands for popularity. There are a lot of videos where there are influencers who are bashing Nykaa for certain reasons. I'm not saying Nykaa doesn't deserve it, they probably do deserve it. There are a ton of videos where there are influencers who are bashing Mamaearth, bashing God knows what other brand, and those videos do end up doing like those videos do end up doing really well for them. Those videos get a ton of views, and there are certain influencers who I'm not going to name, but their channel really skyrocketed, and like uh, you know, they basically got a ton of popularity because of those kind of videos. And I'm not completely blaming them, but then when you do that, it also kind of puts the wrong message. And you know, when smaller creators see that, they feel like, oh, if we bash a popular brand or if we make a video talking about our bad experiences on a particular brand, we will, you know, get a lot of success that way, we'll get a lot of traffic on our channel that way. And I feel like that is not a good message. So even if you are making a video bashing a particular brand, or not bashing but just sharing your negative experiences with a brand, don't make that the thumbnail, or don't make that the title, because automatically it is very obvious that those videos are going to get more views that way, because people are searching for that. Like, it's keywords, okay? It is marketing. It is, that's how social media works. So even if you are sharing a negative experience, you can maybe share it in a more subtle way in a video, rather than just making that the title and the thumbnail, and like just, it's like yelling from the rooftops that I hate this brand. Um, so yeah, I wish that that changed just a little bit again. And I feel like I'm saying just a little bit multiple times throughout this video. But yeah, that was that. Why is my hair poking out? Okay. Okay, this is not gonna go. Let's just ignore it. Moving on next. Opinionated judgments. This one is basically more related to skincare. I feel like when people bash a particular ingredient, I'm also using the word bash a lot in this video if you guys noticed, but I feel like it's always a better approach to say that, you know what, I don't like this ingredient, but that doesn't necessarily mean that this ingredient is absolutely useless, or this ingredient is the absolute worst. I feel like when you say something like that, it kind of is, it's trying to cover up all the potential benefits of a particular thing. Like, for example, alcohol is bad. There are bad alcohols, there are good alcohols. Even bad alcohols do have a use. They are used in a lot of industries and a lot of other things in which it's actually helpful. Like for example, a perfume with a higher alcohol content, like I think EDPs, or is it EDTs? I'm not sure which one is more long lasting, but those are basically alcohol with like some like perfume ingredients in it. I am not very good with the whole perfume aspect, but all I know is there are certain perfumes, and the ones which are more long lasting actually have a higher alcohol content. So I just basically am what I'm trying to say through this whole. First of all, the analogy was really weird, and the example was probably shitty. But what I'm trying to say is that you need to be more open minded when you are sharing your thoughts out there on the internet, because when you have a lot of subscribers or followers, a lot of people watching you, they probably treat what you say as Bible. And you need to make sure that you convey the message that, you know what, these are my opinions, but it's not necessary that what I'm saying is going to apply the same way for you as it does for me, if you know what I mean. Which is why I personally always try to kind of put the message across that, you know what, whatever thoughts I'm sharing is my experience, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work the same way for you. So I personally always try to keep that in mind and to always spread the message in that particular way. And I really hope and wish that more people did that. So yeah, that was that. And moving on to the last thing, which is again more ingredient focused, and that is commenting on things that you don't know shit about. There are, I don't want to take names, I really don't want to take names, but there are so many people out there, even brands for that matter. Like I spoke about brands, and how there are brands who are sharing skincare knowledge. Like these are skincare brands sharing skincare knowledge which are not facts. I spoke about this on Instagram, and I asked you that have you ever seen a brand share facts which are actually not true? And so many of you guys said yes. So many of you. And I think the exact same thing. Like imagine if a brand which is focused on skincare is sharing wrong information out there. Imagine how many bloggers and influencers out there are sharing things with you which are not completely facts. Like even when I say things, please go ahead and fact check yourself. This is research that I have done, but maybe I misinterpreted something, maybe I didn't read something, maybe I just saw one part of the argument, and maybe my research was not thorough. You never know. How can you just randomly trust someone up there on the internet who does not have a medical background, who is not an esthetician, who is not a dermatologist, who's not a pharmacist? How can you trust their skincare knowledge out there? You cannot treat one person's knowledge and information as Bible. We're not gods, okay? None of us are God. We're not a skincare god. We're not the experts, okay? And even when it comes to dermatologists, there are always different opinions. When it comes to one particular statement, I've noticed that there are some dermatologists who will say yes, and then there are others who will say no. So you need to look at the background, you need to take multiple opinions, and you need to do good enough research. So whenever you see anyone out there share any sort of information, especially regarding potent ingredients that can damage your skin, when you see people talk about it, then please make sure that you fact check and you do your own research. Just because your favorite influencers say something about something does not mean that you just blindly do what they say and maybe potentially damage your skin. Please do not do that. And yeah, that was pretty much it, and those were all the kind of basically things that annoy me when I see it out there on social media and on the internet. And I just hope and pray every single day that at some point this just stops happening and people just take more responsibility just in general for their actions. So yeah, that was it for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed watching. If you did, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Once again, if you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe. I will also leave my Instagram in the description box down below. You can follow me there because I do talk a ton about these things over there as well. I share things that I bought, things that are just basically I share my life out there. Okay, so if you haven't followed me there already, then make sure you go and follow me there as well. I will have my handle down below. I'm pretty sure I said that, so I'm gonna go now. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Until next time, bye. Bye bye.